Andre. How are you, sir? How was the flight? You look tired. It's a rough night.
And we are live at Tidewater Horror Con. Panel coverage is brought to you by Toking with the Dead and the podcast, Dorkening Podcast Network. And here we go.
Are we live?
We are live, sir.
Okay, thanks, Leo. Sorry about that. Welcome to Tidewater Horror Convention here in Norfolk, Virginia at the Wyndham Garden Hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Andrey, and I practiced this, Ivchenko.
Yeah. Practice makes it perfect.
I know, man. I got scared the first time I messed it up. Yeah. Come on. The real applause. Come on.
There we go.
Right. You guys all know him from Stranger Things season 3. And also, if you're a Call of Duty player, you probably know him as Perseus. There you go. Look at that. It's always good to have the chick in the back going, yeah.
I see like more women playing.
Right.
More women gamers. For some reason. I'm not a gamer, so I.
Wow.
Okay.
I did yesterday, remember? I was like, hey, come back tomorrow. It'd be great to. All right. Anyways, talking about that, what was the process of like, you get the role, you're now in this weird suit thing. How is that acting compared to like normal, like on screen?
Well, video games, it's not like movie or TV shows. It's when you see one character when you play, it might 3 or 4 people play that character. So they took my image, which was like scanning face and body and all that stuff. And I actually did audition for the voice, like for the voiceover.
Yeah.
But my accent, I guess, was
too
good enough.
Too real?
Yeah, too real. Yeah, exactly. So they cast another person to do Russian accent.
His name was Tommy or something, right?
I don't even know. I don't even know who did it. And then another person did motion capture as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're like 3 people all built into one.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Did they have to put you like in one of those rubber suits, all the little sensors on you? In order to...
That's another person.
Oh, it's another person.
So how did they scan you?
There is a like a massive ball built out of these steel pipes, and from the top to bottom, with a different distance from each other, they install cameras all around, and you sit there in the middle,
Naked?
and no.
Oh, I was trying for you.
And they asking you to do like different expressions on your face, and they take the pictures.
Too scared.
And then, like different turns, different things, and they take in all these pictures and they put them together and
Creates a 3D character.
Making that character alive.
That's pretty cool.
Did you get to hear the voice that they used for you?
Well, yeah. Well, I saw trailer, and then
How close was it to yours?
to mine.
Yeah.
Not close at all. Well, it's funny because the same like thing happened to me when they did Deadpool.
Yeah.
What was the character name that big
Colossus.
Yeah. So I auditioned for that as well because he's Russian. Right?
Yep.
And it's funny enough, I also know the people who auditioned for the same part, and some of them are Russians. They didn't cast any Russian person. I think the voiceover for the Colossus did the guy who I think is Czech, but he moved to the States like very long time ago when he was like teenager, and he basically, he's American, he doesn't have an accent, but he had to fake it. So they didn't want to cast the original voice, they cast somebody to fake the accent.
It's kind of funny. You get to be
the
your
weird-
face is in
yeah.
a lot of places.
The
But it's not me.
industry is very weird that way.
So, what was the process of getting the role for Stranger Things? Because that's actually you.
Yeah,
It's all you.
yeah. Oh.
So, how did you land the role?
Oh, that was a long process. So my manager sent me unspecified audition. In the breakdown, it was for feature projects for 2018. I didn't know it's like for TV shows and the movies because it's a slightly different pace when you audition. They sent casting director sent 2 auditions. One was villain, and another was I think like a science person.
You could pass for the science guy. I could
Yeah,
see.
I knew because I auditioned before for the science guy, and I knew it's not gonna.
It's not gonna happen.
No, and
He broke the coat there. He went.
yeah,
"Oh,
it's
sorry,
like
guys."
he's just like doesn't look right. And they won both auditions.
Yeah.
Come on
I
in.
can see it.
See, you guys made it.
You're right on time. Oh, it's all good. So,
Sit wherever you'd like.
yeah.
But you're almost packing the entire. Look at this. The last show we were at, you
Great.
ended it and like filled it. This show, you're
Right,
starting
I like
it.
it. I like it.
I'm liking it. You make us look good, Andre. I like this a lot.
That's true.
All right. So actually,
So yeah, I did audition. They won one version in English, another version in Russian. So did that audition. About 2 weeks later, they said they want to see me in the room in the casting office. So went there, did the same audition in front of casting, the director. And after that, probably another 2 weeks, and my manager calling me, and she's like, so you book it. And I'm like, because I still don't know what is it for. And I'm like, okay, so
You're hired.
like,
What am I
did I
doing?
book? And she's like, are you sitting or standing? I'm like, I'm sitting now. And then she said, like, it's for Stranger Things, and because I've been watching Stranger Things from season 1, so I was familiar with that. And yeah, so she said Stranger Things, and it originally was, I think, written for 2 or 3 episodes, and then Duffers, when they watch, because they auditioned for this part, as for Alexei part as well, they audition like around the world, not even around the country. They audition like North America, Europe, I don't know, like I don't know South America, but like North America and Europe, everywhere. And it was a lot of auditions, audition tapes, and I think casting director submitted to Duffers 300. So they were sitting and watching, and because like later on when I was on set, I talked to Duffers, and they said like, we're watching all these tapes, and then we see your tape, and they're like, this is the guy. That's it. So that's how it happened.
Well, on that set, Stranger Things did really well with casting a lot of Ukrainian and Russian descent people.
Yep.
So
Was very authentic.
yeah, it must have been very comfortable for yourself, like going, because like you go on set a lot of times, and everybody it's got to be cliquey a little bit. Like everybody, people from craft services know each other. Everybody over here knows each other. You're coming in on this season. It must have been at least having people that you could even speak to in your own language and be like, hey man, what's going on?
New guy on the block.
What's going on back home? Like, what part, where are you guys from and all that?
I don't know about that, because like all these people who were playing, and they were Ukrainian or Russians, but they live, like Alec, for example, he's been living in UK since 15, I believe.
Oh,
16.
really?
Yeah, very long time. I mean, he goes back home because he has a family there. He goes from time to time. Other guys, they were living in the States for a very long time.
Oh.
So it's,
well, my research was wrong.
Yeah, but it was nice, to talk, about different things, about Ukraine and Russia and all that stuff.
Now, remember, if anybody has questions, you guys are more than welcome to ask him. He
Don't
is
hesitate.
here for you. And Leo, that you will hear a voice. Leo, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If there's any internet questions, remember to send those through. But also, I have a ton more. Mine get weird. So, like, I've interviewed him for a second. Yes, this is my second time. We're going to do a Mary F. Kill at the end of this. I hope you guys are all down. All right, that's cool. Do you know what Mary F. Kill is? You will. Okay. It's good. It's fun. It's a fun little game.
It all depends on who's watching the stream.
Yeah, that's true too. What was the toughest part of the role? Like you doing, was it the fight scenes? Because you do a lot of your own stunts. I know that as well.
Yeah, probably. I would say I cannot even like think about toughest, but probably that final battle was with David.
Yeah,
was the hardest because we shoot. It was a second unit. We shoot that fight for almost 4 days, 12 hours, 3 days, 12-hour shift, and 4th day was about 7 or 8 hours.
wow.
So it was tough on the body.
Which was harder, the flight into that last night or the fight?
No, the fight. As much as I'm tired now, it's not that the same.
Yeah.
Compared to the flight.
So again, since we have new people, if you have questions, please ask them. Have you met anybody on set that kind of made you go like, oh my God, this is so and so, like he was or they were this person, some other movie? Like fan in anything. He's been, I don't know if you guys know, he's been in Warehouse 13. My mind's drawing a blank right now because I didn't write it all down, but like he's been around and doing these parts for so long. You're in a lot of stuff that I dork out about. So, and I'm a comic book nerd, so that's where we're gonna go on my side. If you have horror questions, that's your job.
Actually, I met that person this week.
Oh yeah,
on the new project I'm doing now. I'm filming.
And the name of that is? Are we
Kels
allowed to
Grammar.
say that? Oh, no kidding. Name
Man,
dropper.
that guy. so I'm friend with David Zucker, who wrote Naked Gun and Airplane, and they've been friends for very, very long time. But I never met him. But David knew I will be on set, so he's like, say hi to Kelsey. So we started to talk. I mean, he's funny, right? And he's like, in my book, he's a champion with the name he has, with the stuff he's done through his career. We were filming in Warehouse where like blazing heat, 100 degrees. This guy, like he had this interrogation scene, right? So he's like bloody and like they put the corn syrup in his mouth, you know. He's sitting on blazing heat for hours. He didn't say a word. He's doing what he has to do. And this is like, for me, you work hard. It doesn't matter what you achieved and how far you went in this industry, in this career. The guy, he's not diva. He's not a prima donna. He acts like, you know, he just started in this business.
No kidding.
And that's
really cool.
I was so impressed, man. This is the first person I met through, like, since I started.
Did you do the selfie?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get the selfie.
Damn straight.
Yeah. But I mean, he's a champ. I can tell you. This is like, I'm hard
Now,
to,
are you
I'm
are you
hard
the
to
one
impress, but
beating him up in this? Are
Yeah.
you? Oh
Yeah.
man, that's got to be funny. I love you, man.
but yeah, he's the person who really impressed me.
That is cool. That is cool to actually
as a
get to meet him
person
too.
and as an actor.
That's even better. Like you get to meet him and it didn't let you down. It wasn't like, oh, the guy's
And he's
a
cracking
douche.
the jokes. I'm standing here, you know, like I'm sweating and it's hot, you know, and stuff like that. But you know, like he's like 70 something, you know.
You beat up an old guy?
Yeah.
Hey man, the money pays.
It's movie, you know. But yeah, it's I was really impressed by him. Really impressed.
Anybody? I'm gonna keep going.
Question?
This room is full, and really, you guys are gonna make me do this all myself.
Right?
All right. Well, all right.
Yeah, we got one out back.
Oh, we got one.
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
She's prepping for her question, apparently. I don't know what's going on there.
How do you, yeah, okay.
Have you seen any shenanigans going on any sets that you've been on? Do anybody mess with you, pull a prank on you or anything? So, because I know some of these people are a little bit out there. Nobody? No, come on. A little
Jeremy,
bear.
have you seen the size of him?
Oh, do you know what I would do after we became friends? Like we'd be doing best friend piggybacks. Like it'd be great. Like me and him playing D&D. Like tell me, I actually wrote down. I don't know if you're into this. This is kind of crazy. Now,
Andre, I would run
I
now.
love your voice. Your voice is dope to me. And for all you Southerners, I'm from Massachusetts, by the way. Dope is a good thing. It is. I want you to be a Inigo Montoya from The Princess Bride. I'll be Rugen, and you know I wrote it down. I got this. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. You want to do this? Yeah. All right. So you read the first line. I'll get. All right. Ready? After I read my line, you read yours. That one again. But like it says, the first time you're gonna do it a little bit like whispering. You're a little bit weak. The second time, the acorn has kicked in, and you're kind of pissed off at me. All right.
Who's reading first? Me?
You're reading first. You guys don't know this. I'm dorking out now.
My name is Enia Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Stop saying that.
So what
Say it again. But with more power, more fierceness now.
Okay. My name is Enia Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Stupid boy. Now.
This one?
Yep.
Same like a first and second time?
Now you're kind of like I'm
Aggravated.
I'm kind of beating back, and you're like, offer me money.
Offer me money.
Yes.
Power to promise me that?
Power. Promise me that. Power 2. Promise me that.
Oh, power.
Like also power 2.
Power 2. Promise me that.
All that I have and more.
Oh, shit. Offer me only thing I asked for.
Anything you want. This is my favorite.
I want my father back. You son of a bitch.
I'm sorry, Brian, but I had to have him swear once. That was awesome. All right. No. All that was, I want to do the whole movie with you. Like, I'm into voiceover and stuff like that, and I think it's really cool. Like, I do all sorts of podcasts and stuff. You guys are all about to hear my spiel. I'm sorry, he asked. I do all sorts of podcasts. One of the podcasts I'm working on right now is a voiceover kind of podcast where we're a group of my friends and myself, and we're bringing in different guests each week, and we'll do different scenes of movies and stuff, but doing our own voices to it, like different kind of voices. And Princess Bride, you as Enia Montoya would be amazing. I would pay to go see that, so I don't care. All right.
Little do you know, you do have to pay him for that now.
I know.
I'm just saying, you know.
That's
There's a
true,
bill
too.
attached to that.
I'm a
Yeah.
very poor man. I am of humble means. Anybody now? Okay, come on. I just did a scene from Princess Bride with the guy. All right. How much time do I got left, Ben? Because
As much as we want, really. No, about 7.
7 minutes. All right, we're gonna do the Mary F. Kill. Jeff, anything?
Yeah, I want to know what you got for upcoming projects. You got anything in the queue?
Yeah, well, as I said, filming now with Kelsey Grammer and Ron Perlman.
Yep.
Steven Dorff, Shane West. It's gonna be an action.
Is this the wedding one?
No.
No. Okay.
Wow.
So, and possibly October, if not October, because the production doesn't know the dates yet. If not October, they have like some thing going on with the budget. But if not October, then spring will be another project.
Nice.
So far.
Now, as far as what I consider the tough guy action heroes that I grew up with, is there anybody in particular that you would really like to be able to work with? You know, I'm talking the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, Stallone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm a big Western guy. I love
Really?
Westerns. Oh yeah. So I might dream to work.
Oh
with
my
Vin Diesel.
God. I just
Doesn't
had
matter
so
if
many
he
ideas.
will be behind the camera or in front of the
Right.
camera, and I want to do it before he completely retires, because that time is coming. You know.
That'd be interesting.
He's old.
He could probably still whip your butt, though. Clint?
We're taking bets, ladies and
maybe
gentlemen.
like
Oh, we got a question over here, Ben.
40 years ago.
That's just so they can hear you online.
So when did you start acting? Was that something you always loved to do? And so that's part one. And then part two is, what advice do you have for younger people who, love watching what you do and everything about it, how to get into the field, or just general advice for a young person who looks up to you? Or any age.
Yeah. I did theater in the mid school about 4 years, and then there was life became a mess because I did military and Soviet Union collapsed, and it was like mess with like work and politics and all that stuff. And
He looks way too young for knowing the Soviet Union.
Oh,
collapse
yeah,
and
I know
everything. I'm
Soviet
sitting there, I'm
Union.
like, Jesus.
and
time he brings that
then I left in 1999, and I lived in a few different countries, and then I moved to Canada, and somebody suggested like to try extra, like background in the movie, TV show, and I signed up with the agency, and that's how I started. And it was a good school for me to learn, because I like to watch. So I watch gaffers, I watch directors, DOP, how they work, and it's good to know how all it's different parts of the big machine, big engine, right? So it's good to know how they work, even from perspective if you want to become an actor. And then I transitioned to the stunts. I did stunts a little bit, and then from the stunts I transitioned into acting. Regarding to what to do and how to start, you have to learn the craft. You have to go and doesn't matter if you take a classes or you go to film school, or you learn acting, with a private teacher. You have to learn the craft first, because it's a lot of people, it's a lot of actors and actresses who just, they know some stuff, but they lazy maybe, and you don't wanna learn. You learn every day. You're on set, you practice an audition, you learning every day. That's the main thing to me. You have to know, you have to be professional, and then just start doing whatever you can. Start from short student films, short films, then keep auditioning, because that's the for people who wants to become actors, that's the mentally most challenging part. It's rejection. You audition, it seems like you're auditioning all the time and you never book anything, but that's part of the business. Mark Ruffalo said once, he counted, he was audition, never book anything, and then he booked his first part, and he counted how many auditions, and he did something like 900 auditions before he booked like a small part, like co-star or something like that in the show. So it's that's what people, I've heard from many people who come into LA from different part of the country, and they're like, oh, I'll give myself a year, I'll try, give myself a year. It's nothing. You have to, the formula, how they say, it's about 6-7 years to start getting the projects. So
And you got to be dedicated. You got to be dedicated.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
It's kind of like doing this stuff. Like, we hustle, we go to everything.
And because of the rejection, you question yourself, you doubting yourself. Yeah. You want to quit. I how many times nobody, it's the funny part as well. Actors don't talk about it. How many times I wanted to quit? because you think like I'm putting so much time, so much money into that, and I don't see any reward. And it can take years until you book something, as I said, until you start working.
So if you don't love it, don't do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this business is and I had many different jobs in my life, but this business I consider is the hardest one to break through. You if you want to become a doctor, you go to university, right? You finish university, you get your MD, you go to clinic, you do your practice there, then what it takes, like 7 to 10 years, you start working as a doctor somewhere and you start to make money, right? So you know the terms, right? The same if you want to become engineer, lawyer, and stuff like that. Over here, you don't know when it's happened, and that's the hardest part.
Always
if
have
you-
a backup. too.
But keep your head down, learn, listen, less talk, listen more, and work hard, and one day it will happen. Don't never give up. Never give up. Yeah, I've many thoughts. Many times I wanted to quit.
Any more
I've been
questions
honest
from out
with you.
there? Anybody else? Bueller? Oh, hand him back. I see one. Is that the bride? Oh, it is. She's got a gun.
What is a genre that you will never do? Like rom-com, soap
Any kind of
opera?
movie you don't think you'll do. Like, how about?
Everything can change in life, but for example, comedy like sitcom, haha, he he. It's I can do comedy when humor bounces off of me. That I can do, but like Eddie Murphy stuff, it's it's not me. You have to be cut from different cloth to do that.
Do you have an Eddie Murphy laugh? Like that?
You see,
Yeah.
you can do that.
All right. Anybody else? I got the Mary F. Kill ready. If you're all guys are done. Oh, one more. One more.
I am a huge Stranger Things fan of you, and I was very impressed with the new season this year of Stranger Things. But my question to you is, how much time and effort did it have to make up the costume, the whole thing? I mean, the whole works.
Oh, yeah. How long are you sitting in that trailer?
Because that must have been tiring, exhausting to do that for hours and hours and hours. And
Yeah, I had prosthetic on my cheeks and just a general makeup, and like hardest probably was like haircut, because they want to do like this Ivan Drago brush one, and my hair is like soft, so that was the hardest part.
That's what I'm gonna start telling people
But-
when they're like, "Hey, you're going bald." I'm like,
But
"No, my
usually-
hair's
but-
soft."
But usually, like from my experience, what I usually spend in makeup chair, probably the longest is an hour.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad at
Yeah,
all.
It's not bad.
No, yeah, like Tom Glynn's in there. He's like 12 hours in the chair,
Yeah.
2 hours
People-
acting.
People have they have prosthetic,
So
all
you got
over
the
body,
opposite.
all
You're
that.
like an hour
It
in the
might
chair,
take like
15
12
hours.
to 8 hours, and they feeding him through the
Oh,
straw, and
Jesus.
they drinking through the straw because it's all covered here.
But I'm proud of you. Good job, and please keep up the good work.
Thank you, appreciate
Yeah. All right. Anybody else? Bueller. Oh, one more. I like this. Now you're all getting involved. All right.
To bounce off a homegirl's question about like a genre that you might not be interested in, is it sort of kind of like music, where it's like I like almost all genres except country, but there's a few country songs that I mess with.
Couple out there that are all
So
right.
it's just like if it's a good song, it's a good song. If it's a good script, it's a good script. You know, like
That's why I said at the beginning, life can change and things can change in life. So you cannot be certain that I will never do. For example, I know it's not gonna be funny, but I like to try. I'm up for the
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I like to try it, but I know like people will be like, this guy is weird. Just stick to what you know. Just stick to action. Yeah.
thank you.
All right. I'm going in. All right. Mary F. Kill. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Mary F. Kill is I give you 3 options. One option you get to marry. The F is you get to hook up with, because I'm supposed to keep this PG and I'm not allowed to say what F really is. And kill, you kill one of them off. Just get rid of them altogether. Okay? Because these aren't great options. I will warn you on that.
So you will what? You will
I'm
say
gonna-
the names
yep.
and
I'm
I
gonna
will-
give you
I will
3 of them.
choose from 3 options.
From these 3 options, and you get to pick one to marry, one to
Hook up with,
kiss and love,
and one to kill.
and maybe do that motion capture type stuff, and one you just kill off. Get rid of it, because we all want to kill one off. Yeah. No, that was wrong. Sorry. all right. So the first is, and actually, I went with horror people. Thank you. And this is a Russian horror. It's in English. It's The Bride, but Hebekta. Did I say that? Oh, I can't even say it right. All right. All right. The next is Japanese, The Grudge, Keoki Sakai. Have you watched The Grudge?
Yes.
Okay. And then The Vanishing Hitchhiker. We all know, I don't know the exact name of the movie. She's you hear the story a lot. It's usually like old wives' tale is not the right word, but urban legend, where like you're driving along and you see some woman hitchhiking and the guy picks her up and he's driving her along and she's crying and telling a story and then she just disappears.
Okay.
And, like, all right, so The Bride, The Grudge, or The Vanishing the Hitchhiker. Marry one, love one in your special way, and then get rid of one. There's no getting out of this. You have to answer. You signed the contract. That's smart.
Okay. Marry Hitchhiker,
Okay.
kill Grudge,
Yeah.
and F with The Bride.
Because she's already married.
Because
to
like
somebody.
when they crazy, they good at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a great time.
Thank you for joining
Tidewater
us.
Horror Convention. Give them a round of applause.
Give it up.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you all for coming out.
Oh, sorry.
I
about
hope
that,
this is
son.
working. But 9/11, we all know what happened, but we like to thank our veterans and first responders, no matter who or where they serve. And I want to thank you for serving your country when you did.
Thank you.
Come
All
on,
right.
louder than that. Let's go. Give them a hand.
All right. Make sure you check out his photo op. Go over to the table, get signings, get pictures done, do all that wonderful stuff. Andrey Ivchenko.
All right, Leo. You can kill it.